Hi, so for my final project, for my vision board, I focus on my struggles with procrastination and worry, and transitioning into a confident and autonomous professional. So my vision board is anchored by the saying, "Don't leave crumbs." Uh, I got this mantra early in the season from Matthew McConaughey in the video, where he talks about how to be successful. So the reason why I chose "Don't Leave Crumbs," or what is crumbs? Crumbs are the small decisions that we make, like procrastinating, that end up negatively impacting our future selves. So with this board, this represents my plan to clean up those crumbs and take ownership of my actions. So starting at the top left, you'll see a cat wearing headphones. This represents my personality analysis. Um, so in the lion versus kitten assessment, I identified as a kitten. I'm typically reserved. I don't feel the need to be the loudest in the room to get my point across. And this leads with my leading color energy, which is blue, which is my strength in listening to others and using empathy to build trust rather than trying to fix everyone's problems immediately. So with this persona, I got the name Generous Jesse, which represents someone who gets joy from sharing time and energy with my community. Um, so with this Generous Jesse, though, it does come with a downside, a major downside of I care too much, and I care too much of what others think, and it puts a lot on my psychological self. Or yeah. So then going to the bottom right is the ACSI, the self-assessment. So my lowest and worst score was freedom from worry, which makes sense. I engage in social comparisons, looking or caring about what others think or might say about me, rather than what I'm actually doing myself, and that typically ends up making me mess up more than what I would have. So I included this image of a fragmented mirror as well to represent how anxiety distorts my self-image. Um, so then with my gratitude journaling this semester helped me realize that focusing on what I don't have leads to stress, whereas acknowledging my easy gifts like my health builds confidence. So that is why I put one of the reasons why I put journaling down in here. Then going into the next one, which is my motivation. My goals are represented in the middle, with Good Will Hunting and Arnold Schwarzenegger. First, we'll start with Arnold. He represents my physical discipline and my goals in the gym, as well as my short-term goals. Next to him is a scene from Good Will Hunting, and this movie resonates with me deeply because ultimately it's my career goal, but it's also one of the movies that got me interested in psychology and actually made me want to pursue it because it's got away from the normal stigma that psychology has in Hollywood. Um, oh, but to get there first, I must graduate. And that is why I wrote a cap with "My future, my choice." I struggled a lot, but in high school and getting out of high school with autonomy. I felt as if pretty much every decision I've ever made has been made for me. Um, and it was definitely hammered in with general education classes and stuff that I just didn't want to take, but I felt or I needed to progress in my career. The reason why I put "My future, my choice" is because it helps me remind me that um, to get to my end goal, I have to go through everything else. So it's all these little steps, while it may not right now look like it benefits me, in the long picture it does. So then finally the psychological skills. So It's my main thing is reflective journaling. As shown by the pen and paper, I use journaling to restore a sense of autonomy. I do this by writing down what I'm doing in the week. Well, I have a daily planner, a weekly planner, and a monthly planner, and doing this has helped me progress a lot. Not just in school, but at gym and at work as well. Then, two, it's a don't leave crumbs rule. This is my self-talk strategy. When I want to push an assignment to the weekend, I tell myself don't leave crumbs. That yeah, it may be easier now, but I'm gonna be stressing a lot more, and I'm gonna have multiple assignments stacking up. Um, this simple rule has tremendously helped my weekend anxiety, especially since I work on the weekends. So it definitely takes out that extra stress. Then finally, I didn't add it in here, but I wanted to tie it in with the power posing. It was resonance breathing. The resonance breathing is the 1-to-1 ratio, which is typically 6 minutes, 6 breaths per minute. Whenever I'm in the sauna or I get a time to decompress, I regularly practice resonance breathing, and I just want to include it as it's one of the psych skills that I'm actively participating in and helps with my freedom from worry struggles. Then ultimately, this project has helped me with understanding how humans with neuroplasticity, we aren't just a static being. Through effort, we can build skills such as like the journaling, breathing, and reframing my thoughts. I can rewire my brain from a stressed out student to